So this is going to be a quick video, and something I wanted to touch upon, and I'm going to try to record this one more time. I've been trying to do this like 3 times straight now. I just feel like it hasn't sounded clear. But listen, the truth is, and this is because it's a poll I saw on Twitter by the Wrestling Mark, Wrestling Mark 16, very popular pro AEW account, okay? And the question was posed, does the relentless negativity towards AEW on here, meaning Twitter, affect your perception of them? And 12% of people said yes, 88% said no. Again, this is going to have some skew just because a lot of the people who are partaking in this poll by proxy are going to be AEW fans or more tribalistic, the tribalists of AEW, okay? So by natural proxy, that's going to be the result. It's going to be way more skewed towards no, okay? We already know that it's going to be skewed towards AEW fans. And the truth is, it does. It does. The relentless negativity towards AEW does affect everybody's perception of AEW. Everybody. Whether you are a WWE fan, an AEW fan, a non-mainstream wrestling fan, your perception, the perception of AEW currently online, especially on Twitter and Reddit, is that AEW is a poor man's WWE. This is for the casuals, by the way. This is a casual opinion. And if you've spoken to wrestling casuals, and by wrestling casuals, generally people who watch and just follow WWE, okay, mostly just WWE, okay, those people think it's a second-rate company, it's a bad company, it's the junior company, the minor leagues, okay, that's how most people feel about AEW. It does not mean that that's how everybody feels, but it's about, that's how a lot of people do feel about AEW, okay, and when we talk about the negative perception of AEW, this, unfortunately, does affect everybody. It affects the AEW fans specifically. So, for the 88% of people saying no, it's a poll with about 3,000 votes. Alright, guess what, bitch? The negativity on this app, on the app, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, those 3 specifically, and maybe even TikTok too, it does affect how you view AEW. It makes you, by nature, a lot more tribalistic. By nature, a lot more defensive. By nature, it means you need to go on the offensive against other brands and against other companies. You feel like there's a need to attack other companies when they're not doing it your way, or if they're doing it in a way that differentiates against the way that you're doing it. So that AEW is doing things. Okay, so there's validity to this statement. There's a lot of validity to this statement. It means, ultimately speaking, that yes, when you see a lot of bad and heinous tweets and posts, and let's just even use a basic example. This is something that does affect the AEW fans. It does, by the way. This does, okay? Ratings discourse. There was a time 3 or 4 years ago in 2021, 2022, 2020 even, stick to 2021 and 2022, when AEW's ratings were very good. They were beating NXT. They beat NXT so bad that NXT had to give up being on Wednesday nights, okay? They did so good ratings-wise that, once again, I'll say one more time, NXT had to quit being on Wednesday nights. That happened only just a couple years ago. That was a thing. And AEW fans would come back, and even their own wrestlers would come back and tell us that we're taking over. Look at how many views and ratings we're getting. Look how similar we are to WWE in ratings. Look how much we're knocking off NXT. Look at what we're doing. We're doing something very big here. And there was a point where there was validity to that statement. There was truth to that, okay? But what happened later on? Those ratings eventually did wither, okay? The million ratings, a million plus, did not stand for a long time. And that was expected, okay? That was going to be something that was expected. It wasn't, most people didn't think that was going to last forever either, if you're realistic about the situation. Most knew it wasn't necessarily going to last. But that was the truth. There was a time where AEW fans were very much in the camp of, well, yeah, ratings do matter, actually. Guess what, bitch? We're dominating these ratings. We're getting incredible ratings. We just kicked off NXT. We're almost near Raw level. They were talking big, okay? Big. And now, when ratings discourse is brought up in any capacity, AEW fans are the quickest people to go, actually, ratings don't matter. Ratings don't matter, bro. Ratings don't matter. I don't care. I like AEW. Ratings don't matter. What? So there was a time when you were on the up. You were the up company. You were the one who was doing a lot better. Tony won Booker of the Year. You had everything going your way. You signed the biggest free agent in all of wrestling, CM Punk. You had all this going for you, all this momentum. And you would have argued that, yeah, ratings do matter. And now that you're the more defensive company, you have to be more defensive because there's a lot less goodwill towards you at this point in time. You feel like there's a need that you need to go in and talk about, well, ratings actually don't matter. They don't matter at all. No. If there's only one viewer, it's me. I don't care. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Negative perception has forced you to change your opinion. You were at one point in the camp of ratings matter, ratings are everything, look at how high we are, to, no, they don't matter at all. Nope, doesn't matter. Nope, doesn't matter. Nope, doesn't matter. That's bullshit. It's such bullshit, dude. And I'm not trying to be like that guy who's picking apart the AEW people, because I tend to actually be more in their camp. Like, I tend to like and enjoy AEW a little bit more than WWE. To be perfectly honest, that's not something I make very clear on this channel, but I tend to like AEW slightly more, and it doesn't mean it's overwhelming, but I do enjoy their products. I definitely enjoy AEW pay-per-views a hell of a lot more than I enjoy WWE PLEs. Okay, so that's not even close in my opinion. But there's a lot of validity to this statement. The negative perception does affect you. It obviously does. It obviously does. You had to change up your whole discourse on ratings. Ratings mattered, now they don't matter. It's true, okay? But it doesn't mean, ultimately, it doesn't mean that it's the end-all, be-all. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy AEW, you can't enjoy AEW product. But it does mean you should be honest with yourself, okay? When you see lots of fucking shitty stuff on Twitter and X, YouTube, about AEW, don't act like it doesn't make you more defensive. Don't act like you have to defend bullshit. When people are rightfully criticizing Collision for being mundane and ascertain and not really good for mainstream audiences, because it's not a good mainstream show, to be honest, at all. It's good for the sickos, whatever that is, all right? That's who it's meant for. It's meant for people who really, really enjoy watching fake pro wrestling, but it's not necessarily something that's mainstream, and it hasn't been since CM Punk's left. It hasn't been at all. It's literally not anything close to a mainstream wrestling product. And when people are telling you and giving you these criticisms and lobbying you these criticisms, as this product's been a withering, declining product for years on end, the last thing you should do is go and say, it doesn't matter, bro, because I'll watch Collision till I die. Collision's that good, bro. Collision's the best, man. We're the best wrestle, bro. It's just so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up, because if you love something, you don't talk and act like a complete idiot about it. You want the best for it, you know what I mean? And I want the best for AEW, so it fucking frustrates me when I have to like really, you're gonna defend the poor ratings, you're gonna defend for both shows, Dynamite and Collision. For God's sake, Dynamite's ratings are almost falling towards Collision levels. I mean, that's unbelievable that I'm saying that. You're gonna defend that. You're gonna defend the live attendance. I mean, bro, let's be honest. When people post those fucking pictures and it's like mostly empty stadiums and arenas with like arenas, I should say, with 1,000 people in there, and you're just like, oh my God, you guys do this every week. Oh my God. I do it every week because it's happening every fucking week, bitch. It's happening every fucking week. Every week you watch Dynamite, every week you watch Collision, afterwards there's an upload. It's a very bad picture, and it's like 1,000 or so, 2,000 or so fans scattered around a fucking stadium or arena, I should say, and it just looks bad. And the hard cam's obviously not filled up, and it doesn't look like people are very enthralled with the show. And there's truth to this, you know? There's a lot of truth to this. And I don't know why you can't criticize them. You can't say anything like slightly negative about this stuff without people, no, bro, you're wrong, bro. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm here because I love AEW, bro. Like, just be realistic. Like, when leagues are doing bad and the NFL was on a poor stretch, the fans were so outward about it. They were so outward. When the NFL was going through a poor stretch, like post-2016 to about 2021, they were kind of undergoing like this weird stretch. And it was like, people just weren't necessarily more interested in the product at that point. It was like more post-Peyton Manning retirement around there. And it started seeing some decline. And I think it might have been around the Colin Kaepernick time. And people criticized the fucking product, bro. They just criticized it for what it was. And WWE, it happened the same way. And they lost fans. And they regained some back, but they lost fans, and definitely lost fans in attendance and ratings-wise. And people just criticized it for what it was. But AEW is the weirdest product, man. It has the weirdest fan base. Where it's like, yes, bitch. The negativity on the app about attendance, the ratings, Collision, whatever, the Dynamite, whatever it is, lack of storylines for people to really digest, or ongoing storylines to digest in, which I don't think necessarily is a fair criticism, by the way. That I don't necessarily agree with all the way, but whatever. This is true, and it affects people, and we should just hear it out, and we shouldn't act like it's not affecting us. We should just take it in, and we should just want the best for our product. And that's it, man. It's not complicated. It's not any more complicated than that.